Hi everyone, how are you going today? My name's Nicole and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at a piece that I created in Procreate. I called her the White Princess, and I did the drawing in Procreate and colored it in and finished it entirely, and then what I did is I printed off a copy so I could do it, color it in with colored pencil. And as you can see, that allows me to create a grayscale version of the image. And now this makes coloring with colored pencils so much easier because you've already got your highlights and your lowlights and your shadows and everything else. So you basically just following whatever's like what is on the page already, and you're coloring it in, which is something that I enjoy doing more with colored pencil, because colored pencil takes such a long time that I feel that it's a little bit cheating, but it just makes it more fun and more enjoyable if you've got your shadows there and you can basically just follow along and enjoy the process. So I've started here on the face, and I'm just laying down some of the colors. So this image is quite light, so that in turn creates its own little challenges, because you're not having contrasting colors with really bright light colors and really dark colors. So your color choice here is very, very important, because you don't have that difference of, creating a different area based on a light color and a dark color. So you really have to think about the colors that you're using and use them very well. And for this piece, I used the Brutfuner Macaroons or Macarons, however you want to pronounce it. And these colors, because they're pastel colors, they turned out reasonably well to use and kind of created that look I was going for. It's very light, bright, kind of ethereal looking, and it's that fantasy piece that you're trying to create, something that's not necessarily looks real. It's a fantasy, and it's a fantasy in my head of this white princess who's living this extraordinary life where she's just, everything's goes her way, and she has people running around after her, so she doesn't have to do any work. And that's what I've summoned up in my head, and I'm putting it to paper. And it's not meant to be real, it's fantasy. So the lighter colors come into play with the silvers and the lights, and the really pastel pinks and blues and creams create this whole magical kind of fantasy look. So I'm basically just laying down now all the colors that would be found on her face. So in this instance, it's a light peachy brown colors, obviously the light pinks, a little bit of blues, and cream colors around the hairline and around the jawline, making sure that I'm using the white pencil as well here, because then when I go in and use other pencils over the top of them, they'll actually be blended out or faded out a little bit as well. So it actually will, create bit easier to blend those colors in, is what I'm trying to say, because you've already laid down the white, so the other color that you're laying on top will blend in nicely. And I did this with all of the piece, that where the highlight areas, where I went in first and put the white pencil over the really highlighted areas, and that was one of the first things that I did, especially with the hair, the face, the neck area, around where the cleavage was, and the nose, the outsides of the face, like where the light would be hitting around her eyes, the mouth, and yeah, that's what I did. So while I've got you here, I thought we'd have a little chat and talk about what's going on, or what I've been doing over the Christmas break here in Australia. The weather's been great, and we've been able to get outside and do a lot of things outdoors. So visited a lot of little country towns and kind of walked around and did some exploring, and looking at new places. In Australia here at the moment, everything is super flooded. There is water everywhere. It's a lot of the places we were driving through had water across the roads, and we were a little bit worried about driving through, but we were okay, got through. But yeah, we've had a lot of rain, and a lot of places like the dams and valleys in the little country towns they're overflowing with water, and it's actually quite scary. Let's hope the rain, dies off a little bit, so that people get a little bit of rest. And a lot of houses have got water in if they've on their floors and stuff, so there's lots of sandbagging going on. I suppose that's all we can basically do. So here in Victoria, we've had weather that we don't normally see here. It's normally weather that you see probably, the top of Victoria in Queensland, very tropical, humid, with a lot of rain, like a wet season, I suppose you would say. And yeah, we normally have a dry heat, and really hot days, we can get up to 35 degrees, and then it cools down at night. So yeah, it's been very different this year, very different. So some of the things that we've been doing, we went back and watched a series on Apple TV. It's called Slow Horses, and yeah, it's pretty cool. One character in the show, Jackson Lamb, they were MI5 agents, and they're dysfunctional, and so they've been allocated to a team of it's called, they operate out of a place called Slough House. And yeah, I won't give you all of the information, but that's something that I recommend watching. We went back and watched, because they released season 3, and we'd watched 1 and 2. So what we did is we actually went back and watched 1 and 2 again, and then watched season 3, so that we were kind of up to date with what was going on, and it kind of made it a little bit more enjoyable. So that's one of my recommendations, to go back and do that. If you're going to watch season 3, is watch 1 and 2, and then you'll be ready to jump in and enjoy the action for season 3. I also watched another show on 7+ here in Australia. I'm not sure if you could watch that. If you're like in a different country, you may need to watch it somewhere else, but it's called A Friend of the Family. It's a true story, and it's based in 1970. And it's the Broberg family, and it's actually quite scary to think that you could have someone who is, someone that you know and you've brought into your family, and they could do that to your child. Highly recommend it. And yeah, it's really, really eye-opening. Yeah, and anyone with children should go and watch that series. Anyway, so I think for now, it's pretty explanatory what I'm doing now. It's basically I'm doing the hair, and I'm laying down the low lights and shadows where the part is in the hair, and I'll just continue on doing the same process of laying down different colors around that I need to around the piece to bring it all together. And I'll put some music, and I'll speed up a lot of the rest of the videos so that I think in total it was about 2 hours recording time to do the whole piece. But from now, I think I'll speed up some of the areas just so, so you can see what I'm doing and how I'm laying it out and what colors I'm using. And yeah, enjoy. I thought I'd jump back in and just say, if you have any recommendations for any TV series or movies that you've watched over Christmas time, then please let me know what they are. If you could write them in the comments, and I'll be sure to check them out. And I love sitting down watching a good movie or a TV series. At the end of the day, it's kind of how I unwind. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol, so I watch a bit of TV and do a bit of colouring. Just a tad, just a little bit. All right, that'll be great. All right, thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hi, well, we've made it to the end of the video, and thank you so much for coming along with me on my little coloring journey. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch me create my art. I love doing it, and I love listening or hearing any comments or anything that you want to add. It is muchly appreciated. All right, thank you. Thanks. Bye.